welcome to my channel. This is Heather Pickin, and my channel is called Fearless Vision, helping you to master your mindset in every single area of your life so that you can live a fulfilled life. Isn't that awesome, right? And today we're going to be talking about how to change your subconscious programs, or I should say change your beliefs instantly using your subconscious mind. I love talking about that. And if you want to enter my drawing every month, I have a drawing to give away one of my 2 books that I have here in digital form. All you have to do is like the video, comment which book you want, and subscribe to this channel so that you can be notified of upcoming videos. So got the La Dolce Vita formula about breaking through your fears and limitations, and woman on fire entrepreneur. So just let me know. And like I said, at the end of every month, I will notify you here on this channel, and you'll just send me an email. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about changing your beliefs instantly. So, number one, what exactly is a belief? Well, the simplest way that I like to define a belief is something that you hold as a truth in your mind, right? I believe X, Y, and Z, whatever that is. I believe whatever I put my mind to, I will be successful. That is a belief. I believe that I can never attract the right relationship. That is also a belief. That is a negative belief, right? And we all have these negative beliefs that can literally just, make us play small. And my job and my mission and vision is help you to get out of your own way. And the only way that you can really do that is understanding how to reprogram your subconscious mind. So I want to go back and, explain, where do beliefs originate? And what's interesting, if you have read the book, The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, he talks about in his book that from the age of 0 to 7, that is when most of our beliefs are formed. I remember interviewing him years ago, way before his book was popular, on one of my shows. And it was just so extraordinary. He was so excited about his discovery on, just changing our biology by understanding cell biology, or more specifically stem cells. I'm not going to get into that today, but I want to let you know that, whatever you're going through right now, if you don't like your current reality, you can change it. You can change it. But we have to understand, why do we believe what we believe? Even in the womb, you are picking up all of the beliefs and the energy that your mom had. So if your mom had a difficult pregnancy, what I find is interesting when I have surveyed different people, they might have physical challenges, right? Things like autoimmune disease, physical deformities, all different, and of course, negative beliefs. So mental blocks that are formed from their mother. And then also the environment in which you were raised. So if you weren't raised by your parents, it could be your grandparents, it could be, whoever was around you. That environment was literally shaping your reality. And a lot of times, when we're little, we don't question our beliefs. Like, why do I believe what I believe? So in adult life, fast forward, you wake up and you're like, okay, this is just how life should be. And you're living in the movie Groundhog Day, right? Because you don't know how to get out of it. But there's actually a loophole. I truly believe we're living in what I call kind of like the matrix of the mind. And if you know how to reprogram your beliefs through your subconscious mind, you can literally change anything that you want. I have done it with my clients. I've done it obviously with my life. So this is why I do this work, because I want every woman to feel like she has a superpower. Like, you have a superpower if you understand this power of the mind. So number one, what I want you to do is to identify something in your life that's not working, that you know it's blocking you from getting what you want. It could be in any of the 7 areas of your life. It could be in your relationships. The main ones that I usually find that people struggle with are relationships, finances, and fitness. Okay, so those are the top 3, and of course the mindset. But we're talking about the subconscious mind. But when we're looking at, I am not living to my highest potential, right? I am like, maybe you're not making the kind of money that you want, or if you are in a job that you hate, you probably have a belief that you can't get a better job, right? So it kind of gets you in this holding pattern. Or no matter what you do in your business, you can't attract these high paying clients, right? They don't have the money. That would be a belief, right? Or maybe one failed relationship after another, like there's something just wrong with me. Like I just can't align myself with this perfect relationship. And so, therefore, if you have that belief, if you don't feel like you're quote unquote good enough, what's going to happen is you start creating self sabotage. So, those beliefs have such a hold on you. It's crazy. It's crazy. But my job is to, number one, identify, pinpoint specifically what is holding you back. I love sharing examples of stories of clients I've worked with all around the world. Now, I specialize in business development, but I always work on the foundational principles, like helping someone to expand their mind and their awareness so that they can make the kind of money that they want to make. Now, what I have found in my work over the years with entrepreneurs and executives is that it's not just one area of life. It really is all 7 areas. So looking at your life from a holistic perspective, if you want to change one area that's blocked, you have to look at the other areas. So anyways, one of my clients that I was working with, I'm not going to edit that out. I like to make fun of myself. Anyways, one of the clients I was working with, she was blocked financially. I want you to look at this. She was unable to really go to that next level of her business because she had a subconscious block that came from, once we started digging, that came from her mom. So she had this whole issue of approval and worthiness that was blocking her from going to the next level of her business. So she couldn't take the action. So if you can't take the action on something you say you want to do, you have a subconscious block. So do you ever wonder, like you try to like will yourself to do something, like, the new year comes and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get in great shape, but you're not at the gym, right? Or maybe you go for a short period of time. It has nothing to do with willpower. It has everything to do with that subconscious block. And I literally, within talking to a client for a couple minutes, I can find out exactly what that block is and be able to transform it. I believe it does not take a long time to shift your subconscious mind to attract what you want, but you have to be willing to do the inner work, the mental work, in order for you to get the results, right? There's no cutting corners around that. You got to take the time, but it can happen. It's amazing how fast it can happen. So getting back to this client, she had the approval issues of her mom, so she wasn't able to go to the next level of her business. And she also was not able to lose weight. So she found that she was having eating issues, like, she would start working out, but, she would still kind of binge here and there. So she could never really create her ideal body. And so what I realized after just asking her a couple of questions, that the number one block that was holding her from just really, helping, or I should say, yeah, holding her back from getting what she wanted, both in her business and her body, was that barrier of not feeling good enough, and that she had to live her life for her mom's approval. And just fast forward, what happened in just 10 weeks, she lost 20 pounds. She lost, I think actually, no, she did lose 20 pounds because she didn't want to weigh herself on the scale. And when she reported later, she's like, oh my gosh, Heather, I can't believe I've lost all this weight. And the thing is, it was a permanent shift in her subconscious mind. There was no willpower. So that was number one. Number two, she was opening herself up to attract more clients, more specifically, high paying clients without a website. So I love when I share this story because what I love doing is helping clients just work on their subconscious mind. So all of the action that they're taking feels like they're in the flow instead of forcing. So that's where I feel I am totally different than any other coach or mentor because I understand neuroscience. I understand subconscious programs. And if you get the mind right, the business, the body, the career, the relationship, your health and fitness, anything that you want that you feel is a void in your life, if you understand how to reprogram your subconscious mind, you're going to go to that next level. Now, is there, will you always have blocks or limitations? Yes, because as you go to one level, like for example, it's a different type of mindset of working with clients. I want to give you kind of like a framework. When I work with someone that's just starting out in their business, if they don't understand the subconscious mind and, really work on reprogramming it, it's going to be more challenging for them. And so once they realize that, once they implement the strategies, and I work with them on that, then they're out there getting their first paying client. So that's really important. Now, someone that is already having, some success in their business, maybe they're making already six figures in their business. That is a different level of mindset because they have worked through the subconscious blocks. They have allowed themselves to align them, to align to their vision, to attract those high paying clients. Then we get to someone that is, let's just say they're making six figures, but then they want to make multiple six figures or seven figures. So when you go to that next level, there's new layers and new subconscious blocks that one must definitely know how to navigate around. So it first is internal, right? First, you got to work within in order for you to change that. So no matter what you want to change in your life, what you feel you're blocked right now, like think about something right now that you feel you are so blocked at and you want to change, like you're blocked. So how do you figure that out? Well, just look at your life, right? If you look to see what you don't like happening, right, and you want to change it, but everything you've tried on a conscious level hasn't worked, that's a block. So write that down. It might be a relationship you want to get into. It might be attracting more clients to your business, even starting a business. It might be the health and vitality that you want to create. Whatever it is, I want you to write that down. Like, what is the belief that you feel is holding you back? Okay, just simply, what is that belief that I feel is holding me back? Now, I'm going to give an example with myself. For many years, I had a belief that for some reason I couldn't be who I wanted to be in a relationship, so I had to settle. So women, do you feel that way? Do you feel that way that, you just have to settle? Because that is a belief. I've also worked with clients that couldn't get out of relationships, right? They had that subconscious block because of fear, just all of these things. I was working with one woman who she had a block of divorcing her husband. I'm not going to get into like this whole conversation, but in 1 week I helped her to make that powerful decision by helping her to instantly break through that subconscious block, right? So consciously, you can say all day long you want to make these changes, but if you don't know how to change your subconscious mind, which is running the show, then it's going to be really hard. Chances are you're not going to change that. So you want to look at what's not working. Where are you attracting most of your chaos that you've been trying to work through, but you can't? And so this is important because step number one, in order to change your subconscious belief, you must be aware of what's blocking you. You must be aware of what you want to change in order to change. So it's kind of like you must be clear on the outcome that you want in order to make a decision, right, that you want to move forward. But I find all too often women are not clear because they're so focused on what they don't want. And your focus creates your reality. Wherever you're focusing your attention, that is exactly what's going to happen. So it is like Groundhog Day over and over again, over and over again. And it's exhausting. So getting back to the relationship example, once I identified what my block was, not feeling worthy, that I couldn't have it all, that I had to settle, I was able to shift it subconsciously, and instantly in 2 weeks, I found my now, relationship. Now I'm engaged, I'm getting married. And it was so amazing. And I knew as soon as I found that block and worked on my subconscious mind, I knew that I was going to align myself with the right relationship. So when you change your subconscious beliefs, what happens, because there's lag time, is that you might not see instantly the physical form of what you want. Let's just say in my case, a relationship, but you can change it instantly by how you feel. Okay. And that is the distinction. That is the key. So number one, as I mentioned, going back to step one, what's not working in your life, and dig a little deeper. Like, where did that belief originated? It could come from your mother or father. And here's the thing: don't make your parents wrong. I think it's a great discovery to realize where this root cause is coming from, so that you don't have to own it, right? You don't have to own it anymore, and you can transform it, right? That is the key: transforming your subconscious mind. So let's talk a little bit about the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind, this is so crazy. It thinks in images, right? So when you're imprinting an image in your mind and you hold it there for long enough, your outer reality can change. A lot of people understand that concept, but they don't understand exactly how it works because they don't go through the process, right? A lot of times you might say, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Actually, you have to do the reverse. There are many books written on the subconscious mind. And what I find really fascinating, because I have been an athlete, I consider myself an athlete. I always, I'm not competing anymore, but never say never. But I do believe in the mind-body connection. And they've done several studies where they would have people pretend, or I should say, imagine in their mind's eye as if they were working out, and that their muscle size would actually increase. There's a book called The Power of Intention by Lynn McTaggart. I interviewed her years ago, and she talks about a study done by the Cleveland Clinic, and I'm actually from Cleveland, so that was kind of cool. But they took, I believe, two groups of people that have exercised, right, physically exercised, and those that didn't. And it was really, really cool to see that those that didn't, that were literally like sitting in armchairs, increase their muscle size. So what does that tell you? It tells you that our subconscious mind is powerful if you know how to use it. Most people don't, because they're running on autopilot. And that's the thing. Your subconscious mind is like running on autopilot. It automatically just takes action. So when I'm working with clients in any area of their life, particularly business, but I find I'm working in all areas if something is unbalanced, we look to see what that pattern is and making sure that we change that. So once you change one subconscious program, you find that the other areas of your life are a lot easier, because now that you have the experience of being able to rapidly shift your beliefs. So the subconscious mind is so powerful. Think about it right now. If I told you, like, close your eyes, and I don't want you to think of a pink elephant, okay? Close your eyes. I'm not going to think about a pink elephant. You thought of a pink elephant. I guarantee it. Why? Because your subconscious mind, as I mentioned, thinks in images. And what you don't want to do is say the words I don't want, right? The subconscious mind hears here's everything, right? It's like, okay, I don't want to go broke, right? You're going to go broke. So you want to be very careful of your self-talk. I'll probably do another video about that, but let's just focus on the subconscious mind. Now that you kind of understand some of the basics, and it's so complicated. A lot of even scientists, neuroscientists, are still, like, a lot of the things about the brain they still don't understand. So it's constantly a lot of the things are evolving through research. I have been trained in a lot of cutting edge technology, what I call technology, that the transformation is so fast that people said, Heather, I have tried to go to a therapist and I have spent years of therapy, and what you have done in a very short time is incredible. So not just around money, but every single area of someone's life. So don't buy into it taking a long time to reprogram your subconscious mind. So one of the things that you want to do, and I'm going to give you an example of something that I did to reprogram my body. So I had mentioned that one of the things that was really hard for me for most of my life was really creating my ideal body. Like everything I tried didn't work until I learned how to hack my subconscious mind. So this was way back when the Terminator movie came out with Linda Hamilton. There was a recent Terminator movie that just came out with her. I have not seen it. But anyways, during that time, she really inspired me. And so, and I think I watched that movie after it was released, but it didn't matter. But I found her body, in my opinion, might not be good for you, that I like, wow, I really like that physique. I like a little athleticism. I thought that, I thought she looked real buff. And I struggled. I mean, I tried everything, as I mentioned. I'm like, why? What's going on? I didn't know what I was doing at the time. So what I would do when I would go to the gym is I would imagine being Linda Hamilton with each workout. And what was really crazy, 6 months later, I had transformed my body. And people would tell me, and I wouldn't tell anyone, I was like just visualizing. I didn't even know what I was doing, to be honest. Say, you look like Linda Hamilton from the movie The Terminator. And in that moment, I thought, this is crazy. Like, what did I just do? I didn't realize fully what the subconscious mind was back then and what I did until I started studying neuroscience, as I started studying brain plasticity and how the subconscious mind works. And it was like literally having a superpower. So one of the things that you want to do is imprint that movie, that scene in your mind of how you want to see yourself, period. It is so simple, but yet most people are not doing it. So you want to make sure that you do that and connect it with how you feel. Imprinting the feeling plus the visualization will help you to get that result. Now, I want to give you another example of something of what I call this kind of like instant manifestation, instant creating my own reality. Years ago, when I was struggling with my business, I remember listening to this song. I talk about this when I'm speaking on stage. I talk about this moment because it's so powerful. But anyways, I was struggling in my business and I decided to hire a mentor because I knew I needed to change. So as I hired this mentor and I started to listen every single day, I started to listen to this song, Don't Stop Believing by Journey, the original singer, Steve Perry. Over and over again, I would start playing that. And what was interesting, excuse me, what was interesting is that one day, this story still blows me away. One day, I was thinking, like, wow, this song is really helping me. By that time, I had made over six figures within like a couple of months of just being broke for many years. And I thought, wow, this song is so powerful. Like, I wonder where Steve Perry lives, because I would really like to tell him how powerful this song is. Like, it really, there's something to this. And so I Googled, where does Steve Perry live, right? And I found out he lived in Del Mar, California. And so what was interesting is that I thought, well, I'm not going to go to Del Mar, California. I'm like, whatever. Del Mar is near San Diego. So I went back to work. I didn't think anything of it. Now, here is where the story gets interesting. 4 hours later, I get an email out of the blue that said, you have won a 2-night stay at a resort in a place called Les Aubergines. And and it was in Del Mar, California. That literally like brought chills in my arms. I'm like, how did this freaking happen? And it was so crazy because I literally had that thought. I was connecting, with what I thought I wanted to say. I was feeling good. This song was like this high vibe song. And then I get this email that I've won. And I've never won trips like that. So that was kind of mind blowing. And so I thought it wasn't real, but it turned out to be real. I went, I had an amazing time. And the story goes like this. I never met Steve Perry. It didn't matter. But what matters is I also realized this was another powerful event of how my subconscious mind, how I kept reinforcing it through repetition of visualization and connecting to the feeling of the end result of how I wanted to feel. And that was life changing. And so what you want to do is you want to do the exercise every single day. In my mastermind groups and my one-on-one coaching, I teach the exact process. I mean, there's a little bit more to it, but I'm giving you the framework of what you can do right now to change any area of your life by understanding your subconscious mind is powerful. It doesn't know what's real or what's not real. So if you keep imprinting this scene over and over again, it will happen. I've had so many client case studies where they take this, what I feel is a technology, apply it to their business or any area of their life, and they come back and they're like, Heather, I can't believe how this works. Like, this is crazy. But what I find is if you don't do the work, then you're not going to get the results, right? And Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, he says, most people, they won't sit and actually work, on the subconscious mind because they don't think it will work. They don't think by taking time for themselves will actually create another reality, the reality that they want. And it's because, physically or I should say chemically, you're addicted. You're addicted to that pattern that is keeping you stuck. But I will tell you with 100% certainty, you can change that. And so if you're having issues, if you're like, gosh, Heather, I get what you're saying, and I know on one level it works, but I'm having a hard time doing it. That's where reaching out to me and getting into one of my programs would honestly be the best investment. I have 2 different programs that, with the recording of this video, my group program or one-on-one. Obviously, one-on-one is going to be more expensive. But the way that I work is if you are 100% realizing you're into self-development, because that's what it's all about, developing yourself to increase your wealth, to increase any area of your life, you will not be the same person. You owe it to yourself to master this. And I am all about mastery. If you master every single area of your life, you're never going to worry about money. You'll have an amazing relationship. You'll have a great social life. You'll have the health and fitness and vitality. Your mind will be aligned. You'll feel unstoppable. And to me, that is what it's all about. And you'll have your purpose. A lot of times people, they feel misguided because they don't have a purpose on this planet. I believe every single woman is divinely designed to have a specific purpose. So that is kind of what I want to impart to you today, that you have the tools. Your brain is powerful, more specifically your subconscious mind, because every single thing comes from within. So stop trying to change, the outer world. Fix the inner world first to get the outer result. I have done this for relationships with my clients. Personally, I've done this in every single area of my life, and I will never live my life another way by trying to change things from an outer perspective first. Okay. If you're working on your business, you definitely want to focus on building the mental foundations, building your mental muscles, building that trust, right, as well, in your intuition so that the action you're taking is matching. And I find, once you start doing that, it is not hard to create a business and brand that you love or be at the top of your career, if you want to focus on your career. But I find all too often we limit ourselves because of our beliefs. So I hope this video helps you today. If you want me to do any other topics, let me know. Drop a comment below. Let me know if this video is something that is inspiring, and do the work. Do the work. Go through the visualization process, or I call it mental rehearsal process. Connect with your senses. The senses are a huge part of creating your outer reality. So you've got to marry the two together, practice it over and over again, over and over again. I've had clients as little as one session or a couple of hours later where they're saying, Heather, you're not going to believe what happened. So you owe it to yourself to take the time, because this works. This 100% works. Have a great day. And until next time, this is Heather Picken, and live fearlessly.